we're growing the business. So as well as that, focusing on bringing in more opportunities around our modeling and simulation service line, we've also just recently launched our biostatistics service, expanded our data science service, and we're making some great progress with our personalized medicine.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dr. Peter Sargent. He is the CEO of Physiomix. And Dr. Sargent, it's good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Excited to learn a bit more about the company. Tell me a little bit about the company.
Yeah, so Physiomix is a business based here in the UK, just south of Oxford, that brings together quite a unique mix of expertise and tools across kind of mathematics, data science, quantitative pharmacology, and disease biology, and really focuses that on kind of two main areas. The first area is around our consultancy services. So this is where we provide kind of integrated offering around kind of modeling and simulation, data science, and biostatistics to those organizations developing new drugs, so kind of biopharma, pharmaceutical companies, and research institutes. The second area which we apply those or focus those capabilities towards is around our kind of personalized medicine software tools we're developing. So these tools aim to kind of help clinicians personalize their dosing of oncology therapies to really better balance kind of toxicity and efficacy of those drugs and really help drive kind of those patients and help improve those patient outcomes.
I would imagine that you mentioned the consulting business and the second business as well, or vertical of the company. I
Yeah.
would imagine there's a lot of opportunity out there because there's a lot of companies that are trying to, make strides and take steps forward, but getting to there it can be a challenge sometime without some expertise.
Yeah, no, completely. I think I'm super excited about Physiomix and the kind of the area which we work in. I think R&D companies, drug development companies are under increasing pressures to try and accelerate their drug development efforts, reduce costs, and at the same time, the volume and complexity of data generated during these kind of programs is ever increasing. So I guess where Physiomix really comes into play here is helping them you make better use of that data, derive kind of insights from that data to really help them accelerate their programs and improve those kind of those timelines.
Yeah, tell a bit about the pipeline of the company and sort of things you're working on. I know that you've recently announced a contract with Cancer Research UK, so
Yeah.
obviously things are looking positive.
Yeah, things are looking really positive. So last year, so our financial year ends in June 2024, and that year was our record year for us for the amount of contracts won, which is super good, and it kind of puts us on a great footing for this year. But the types of kind of contracts we support and the types of projects we support vary very widely. People like Cancer Research UK are an important partner for us. They themselves help fund small biotech companies to progress their oncology therapies. So where we come into play is really helping them, again, derive insights from all that kind of data to accelerate and de-risk those efforts. But our projects range, quite varied. We work with large pharma companies. We kind of mentioned Merck KGaA in a number of our announcements, right through to kind of supporting kind of the small emerging biotech companies.
Yeah. Give us a thought about the future ahead. You mentioned obviously for the rest of 2024 and into 2025. What can people look forward to with the company?
Yeah, so I think it's an exciting time for us. Since joining as CEO earlier on this year, I've made a number of strategic changes to the business, really trying to focus the business towards kind of our revenue generating kind of areas. We've just hired a new head of quantitative pharmacology and data science who's going to be he joined us last week. We actually shipped straight out to a partnering conference, and he's already come back with some great leads, which is super exciting. But at the same time, we're growing the business. So as well as that, focusing on bringing in more opportunities around our modeling and simulation service line, we've also just recently launched our biostatistics service, expanded our data science service, and we're making some great progress with our personalized medicine tool as well. We're on the cusp of setting up a new clinical trial to test a kind of a different use case of the tool. And we are making, great progress, positive progress with one of our partners based in the US, a company called DoseMe, to try and get the tool accessible to clinicians, primarily in the US, but also across Europe. So we've got some great momentum. Very positive signals are already coming out. So yeah, super excited.
Good stuff. Dr. Sargent, thanks so much. Good to catch up with you and see what's up with the company. And I look forward to continuing to follow your story. Okay.
Excellent. Cheers. Thanks very much.
Good stuff. Dr. Peter Sargent, the CEO of Physiomix.